Yo, what's good out there, world? You know what I mean? I'm here to talk about the balance of woman and man and how it incorporates into society as of today. And the main topic of discussion is when it comes to religion. Excuse me. In Christianity, the man is deemed the head of the household. The woman is supposedly to come from the rib of a man and placed into the household as a helpmate. So that makes the woman supposed to be subservient based upon how that doctrination is taken from any type of man who incorporates himself into the term of being called a Christian. So if a woman is subservient in the household, then that means that she has no say-so in the household. The man is supposed to be the front runner. He is king. He is divine. Her place is to make sure that she helps her man to put him in the most proper place that he can be in. Now, to some extent, I agree with the term that a woman is supposed to help the man become the best man that he can be. But I question the fact that are women supposed to be subservient to men? Now, the reason I question this is because also in Islam, the woman is supposed to be subservient to the man. The man is allowed to have multiple wives. He is allowed to basically tell his woman she must cover up. She is not supposed to backtalk the man, and she must know her place. Now, in doing these things, I feel as though it has kind of created an animosity within the woman. And why wouldn't it? When a person who is a human being, who is basically an introverted version of us, if you really look at it, if you look at the penis and the clitoris, breasts, chest, ovaries, nuts, it's kind of the same motherfucking shit. But if you really look at this, and it kind of builds up the animosity in most women, where they feel like, who the fuck is this bitch ass nigga to tell me what the fuck I can and what the fuck I can and cannot do? So I kind of agree. I've clashed with women over these things because I was what you call a male chauvinistic pig, where I felt as though a woman's place is to be in the household, butt naked and barefooted and cooking my goddamn food. I had those type of impressions growing up. I went from being in the mosque, and then my father, diehard Muslim. My mother, she's a diehard Christian. They're not together, but these are two worlds that I was able to explore at a very young age, and that I also got away from. But I was glad to get the knowledge of understanding as I started getting into different things of different cultures and different ethnicities, learning, on my journey of knowledge of self. Now, getting back to the woman and her status in society. Most women are deemed to be crazy, are deemed to be psychotic, are deemed to be very emotional, and most of us men, including myself, we can't handle that type of shit because we break down, we lose it. We end up arguing with the women, or we end up putting our hands on the women, and domestic violence or whatever the case you want to call the shit. Different things escalate inside the household, namely because as men we have egos, and once a woman knows how to hit that sore spot in that man's ego, then that man has nothing else to do to combat what the woman says on an intelligent level, because now all logic is thrown out the window because she has just challenged your manhood or your authority as the head figure in the household. So now the man resorts to the caveman barbaric like mentality of trying to destroy that woman. All the while the woman is really trying to help us, and I'm starting to understand the psyche of most women now. And at first, I didn't understand it. I just thought most women was bitches and hoes. But now I'm understanding that it's a lot more to it than just that. I was raised up to respect my women. I was raised up to praise a woman that was worthy enough to be praised. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you start seeing that a lot of women don't understand their self-worth, and a lot of us men don't understand it either, because we're either thinking with our dick, or for the most part, they're thinking with their pussy. And we utilize the very attributes of what we have been blessed with, but we demoralize it in a way of trying to compensate throughout life. And I think that has become a hindrance upon most of us as we speak today. Now, I'm trying to figure out if the woman is being demoralized as she has no say-so in no type of household. And in another aspect, this is the goddess, and this is the woman who carries the child for a 9-month cycle. This is the holder of life, but she cannot conceive that life until we plant the seed. So upon us planting the seed, do we feel as though this gives us the right to say that we are dominant because we must plant the seed in order for the woman to conceive? Or can the woman look at it and say, motherfucker, you know what I mean? So what, you plant the seed? Without me, you couldn't conceive life, because life has to go through my vessel, my channel. I mentor the life, I incorporate the life, I shape the life, I mold the life. All you do is plant the seed in the garden, you know, just like any other garden. I don't know if a lot of y'all not a farm, you know what I mean, farmland, whatever the case may be, but it's kind of like we take it to that level of saying, okay, we go out there to the field, and the man says, you know what, I'm going to get this backhoe, I'm going to plant the seed in the rows, you know what I mean? So I'm going to leave it here. And the women come behind the men, and they tend to the garden, and they make sure that it's watered properly. They make sure they take all the weeds out. They make sure that it's fertilized properly. They make sure that all the rows are in order for it to grow, in order for it to give it life. So basically, it's like saying that it needs to be nurtured. And as men, we are not natural nurturers, but the women are the natural nurturers. And so it does play a big part into how we are raised up. Now, when society tries to dictate that, and you had the women's movement, I want to say back in the 60s, maybe a little earlier than that, but you had the movement where women were basically screaming and talking about their independence. And it was not so much independence away from men, but it was independence as recognizing us as who we are and what we are. And I can understand that. So to all the women out there, all the ladies out there, this is one brother who truly does appreciate y'all. I want y'all to continue doing the things that y'all do. And I trust that we continue to grow and get a bigger and a better understanding of one another, because without you, there would be no me. And without me, there would be no you. But you do play a greater part. And I feel as though a lot of times when society tries to incorporate you out of history and then out of society, what does society truly fear about the strength of the woman? And it goes even further than that when I say the strength of a black woman. For she is my goddess, she is my abyss, she is my universe, she is my divine creation of all things. You know what I mean? So, with that note, ladies, my sisters, my beautiful black women, my beautiful Asian women, my beautiful Native women, my beautiful Dominican and all that shit, you know what I mean? I don't like to put labels on it, because at the end of the day, you know what I mean, you're all beautiful black sisters, man. So, love all y'all, you know what I mean? Peace. I'm out. Mwah.